better than I used to be.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be talking all about my natural hair, and actually it's going to be about my natural hair story. So I'll talk about what made me decide to go natural all the way up until my life now. It's going to be a two-part video, so for part one today, stay tuned for more. So my natural hair story is kind of like, I guess, your kind of typical natural hair story. I started getting perms when I was in maybe the fourth or fifth grade. I was pretty young, and honestly it was just because I had a whole lot of hair for a little girl and my parents could not really deal with it. So I guess my start with like hair chemicals and stuff like that started when I was maybe like actually younger than that, because so my mom swears she didn't do this, but she did because I remember she did it. So my mom put a texturizer in my hair when I was probably in about like second or third grade. I remember it was like right before I went to school. We were at my grandma's house and we were in the kitchen and she was gonna put this texturizer in my hair. So she does all the steps and everything that she needs to do, but it only takes on half my hair. So half of my hair is like kind of just frizzy crazy and the other half is doing whatever it wants to do. And so I don't even remember what she did to fix it, but my hair, that was my start with just hair chemicals in general. So my next sort of experience with it was actually something I'm probably gonna do a story time on, but my dad actually tried to give me a perm when I was in the fourth grade, and long story short, it did not work and my hair looked like a crazy frizz ball. It just looked insane, and so that was definitely something that I wouldn't recommend. I give kudos to my dad for trying though. He did the best that he could, and honestly he thought he could probably do it, but it did not work and my hair looked crazy. So dads out there, don't try to give your daughters a perm. Don't do it. It's not gonna work. Just let her be natural. But so my dad tried, it didn't work, and then I want to say maybe either later on that year or next year when I was in the fifth grade, I actually got my first perm or relaxer that actually worked. And so I remember being like riding down our block in Seattle, and my hair was just like flowing in the wind, and I was like, this is how your hair is supposed to be, finally. And I was really like feeling myself and thinking I was cute and whatnot, because my hair was long and flowy. Well, it wasn't long, it was like right here, it was short and it was flowy. So that was the first time I actually had a relaxer, not a perm, a relaxer. And so after that I started getting them frequently. We actually moved from Seattle, Washington to back here to Maryland because my dad was from here. So we moved here, and then my hair kind of got passed down to like my aunts and my cousin. Well, really mainly my cousin for a while. So shout out to my cousin, you know who you are, because she used to do my hair for me all the time, and she always had my hair looking amazing, and like I always remember loving my hairstyle. She always did them for me. And she would give me my relaxer, and then she would give me a really cute style, and I would always be really happy about it. So she took care of my hair for a while, but then she graduated high school and she went to college in North Carolina, so she left me. And so one of my aunts actually stepped in and started doing my hair too, and she did a good job. She would do pretty much the same thing, just give me a relaxer. It was kind of just like a routine, like every month I had to get a relaxer, get my hair done, whatnot, and it'd be done. But like the older I got, the more I started to like straighten my own hair. And so then I would start to like stretch my relaxers longer. Like the time you should go to get a new one, I would stretch mine longer than that. So I would just kind of straighten my own hair, straighten it, and then like once I noticed that it was like really puffy more than I could manage, I was like, okay, I need a relaxer. So then I would text my aunt, and then she'd do it for me, and I would go over her house and like probably spend the night and whatnot, and then she'd do it for me. So that was my life for most of high school, and until really I think like my senior year is when I actually started like going to get my hair done like by someone. So like I would go to a salon. My family actually go, you know, like I guess most people have like a family hairstylist they go to that's not in their family. So my family had one. Everybody in my family was going to this lady if they were getting their hair done. And so I started going to her like probably at the beginning of the school year, and then somebody in my family was probably giving my touch-up perm after that. And then it would just kind of be like that until I was getting ready to graduate. Actually, right before I went to college, not getting ready to graduate. So right before I went to college, I got my last perm. It was done by actually one of my cousin's friends, and my hair looked so cute. And like I still look at that picture, I'm like, geez, my hair was so cute. Like, okay, I call this straight hair envy. I don't know if anybody else who is natural has this issue, but sometimes I look back at my old pictures and I'm like, dang, like, or I see somebody with straight hair and it's like bomb. I'm like, dang, I kind of like have a little bit of envy towards that, like, ooh, like that's really cute, or I miss like wearing my hair straight and stuff. But you know, I love my curls, but I just either see myself with straight hair or see somebody else who has nice straight hair, and I'm like, I miss straight hair and kind of wish that it would push me to straighten my hair, which we will talk about a little later. But continuing the story, so she gave me my last perm. The hairstyle was really, really cute. And I remember just like feeling excited to go to college, even though I was so nervous because it was my first time being away from like my home. I had never been able to not walk down the hallway and talk to my dad or talk to my brother, or you know, so it was kind of like rough for me. But so back to hair. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. But my natural hair story is weaved in with like my life story. It's weird. Anyway, so I go to college, the year kind of progresses. I'm starting to see that like it's kind of time for me to need a perm, you know, or a relaxer, sorry. And so I kind of am like, okay, well, I don't really know anybody on campus, and I don't really trust anybody on campus or off campus to do my hair. One, off campus, I don't have money. I am a broke college student, and I do not have the money to go to somebody to get my hair done. I barely have the money to go to somebody on campus. But because there's nobody on this campus that I trust to do my hair, I will not let it happen. And so I was just like, I don't know what to do. And I was kind of like, okay, well, I'll just start growing my hair out. Also, another problem I had, and this was actually my first problem before the perm relaxer thing came around, was that, so I went to college. My first college was the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And if anybody knows anything about the Eastern Shore area of Maryland, like past the Bay Bridge, it gets humid out there. I mean, like, Maryland is humid like in and of itself, but like I feel like I never experienced humidity like I did when I went to the Eastern Shore, because it was bad. It was so bad. And so my hair, like I would straighten my hair and then it would just like puff up. Like I've never seen my hair do that before. And I was like, you know what? Like I would straighten my hair, and then by the end of the day it would look like a fur ball. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do my hair. I can't straighten it anymore. All my tricks are gone. Everything I used to do is gone. So like I remember just like trying to make it work, and it wouldn't work. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe just straightening my hair is for the winter time when it's not humid, so I'm gonna wait till the winter time and whatnot. So I would just kind of like wear my hair in curly buns for a while, which, you know, like if you wear your hair in a lot of buns, you're probably breaking your hair off, to be honest, because I was breaking my hair off. But so I wore my hair in a lot of just curly wet buns for a while, and then like I started hearing more about like the natural hair movement, and my cousin who actually used to do my relaxers for me went natural, and so I remember coming home and seeing her hair, and at first I was like,
her hair is like short and curly, and it used to be like really long and like straight.
And like in my eyes, I thought like that was prettier because I was like, that's what I'm used to, you know. I've never seen anybody wear their natural curls. Like my mom, she never wore her natural curls. Her hair was always straight and like curly done, or she had like a curly like weave ponytail or stuff like that. Like it was never like kinky curls. So I had never seen anybody's hair like that before. And like the closest I probably had ever seen was like locks, but I had never seen anybody's natural state curly hair like that. And so I was like really shocked and like, no, like that's not you, like, and I don't think I would ever do that. I don't think I would ever do that. So, but like the more I started hearing about it, like Instagram was a really great source of information because I used to get so much about natural hair and products and like how it was like, it's better for your hair ultimately, you know. And I actually, so at school, at UMES, I made one friend. She's actually my first friend. Shout out to her. I love her so much. We haven't talked in a while, but she's awesome. And she actually really encouraged me as well to go natural because, so she's mixed and, you know, like she's got ringlet curly hair. And so I was like, you know, like I kind of noticed that like when I stretch my perms, like the new growth is wavy, and like I think I do have curly hair, but I've never really seen it. Like all I've seen is like stringy waves, you know, like when you wash your hair, when you have a relaxer, and it's kind of like, ugh. So you're like, I need to hurry up and straighten this because it does not look right. So it was kind of like that, and so that's all I had really seen for my hair being wet. I've never seen like the curls anyway. So she was like, I bet you would have curly hair, you know, if you did cut it or if you just let it grow out. And so I remember like we had that conversation in the calf, and I was like, okay, like maybe I will just stop getting perms and just grow my hair out. So I think that was actually the moment when I decided, okay, I'm gonna grow my hair out. I'm gonna wear my hair natural. So a couple months goes by, I'm growing my hair out and stuff, and like I'm trying new like transitioner styles because I finally found out that I was transitioning. And so I was doing braid outs. I learned about Bantu knots, and those were my best friend. Once I learned about Bantu knots, I was doing those all the time, and it took me a while to nail that because, you know, your hair has to be completely dry, otherwise the style is just gonna frizz. But once I got it, my hair was always really cute and I loved it. And so I was doing that for a long time, but I like was reading more about being natural. By then I was watching YouTube videos on being natural, and I was like, okay, everybody's saying that like if you really want to see growth, and you need to cut your hair. And I remember being like so afraid because I had never, like my hair was always stuck here, but like I had never had like short hair, like even like this. I never had really short hair before. So I was just kind of like, I don't know what to do. So I was like debating it, and I was just kind of like, okay, I guess that means I have to cut my hair, but like how and when. So to kind of, and another problem I was dealing with, which also drove me to cut my hair, was that I was shedding so much hair. It was ridiculous, and it was just kind of like, all right, like, and like I had never really shed hair like a lot before this, but it was sometimes just like so much hair just coming out, and like it was terrible. And I was like, I don't want to be shedding hair like this anymore. Like maybe it's just like my hair is really long and I need to cut it. So to prepare myself for an actual big chop, I got a bob, and I got my hair cut into kind of like a long bob, and it was actually really cute. I probably wouldn't go back to it, but because it was really hard to maintain, but it was really cute. And so I really liked that hairstyle, but like I said, it was hard to maintain, so I could never get it to look like how it did when I first got it cut. And so I kind of just was like, okay, yeah, it's time to really chop it all off. So I fast forward, that was probably in like January, March, when I decided that, okay, I need to cut my hair, and then I got my bob. Yeah, March was when I got my bob. So we go to April, and my family threw my grandma a really big birthday party. And so I was coming home, and I was like, all right, I need to think about, I was really still thinking like, okay, I need to cut my hair. I need to cut my hair. And my cousin who went natural was actually home and gonna be at the party. So I remember texting her like the day before everything. I was like,
hey cuz, I need you to cut my hair for me because I want a big chop, and I wanted to know if you could do it for me tonight.
And she's like, okay. So I go over to her and her mom, I go over to her mom's house where she is, and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. I need a big chop tonight, and I need you to cut my hair, but don't tell me when you cut it so I can't stop you, because I knew like midway through I would probably chicken out. So she starts and she starts and she starts. Actually, my friend who I was talking about earlier was there with us too. The one who kind of inspired me to be natural. She was there with us too. And so she grabs the scissors, my cousin, and she just starts cutting and cutting and cutting. And then I had a baby fro, and it was very, very different. Like I said before, I was not used to having short hair. I had never had short hair before, and it just took me aback. So I was just like, okay, this is different, but like I have no other choice but to go with this now. So I just kind of like slowly, like that night I was just like, all right, cool, my hair's short, you know. And so I got ready, and like the party was the next day, so that was gonna be my debut. So the only person who had seen it was my cousin, my friend, my dad, my mom, my brother. And my mom and my brother did not like it at all. My brother was like, you look like me, and I don't like that, because at the time my brother didn't have locks, he had like short hair. So it was just kind of like, yeah, my mom, you know, like she wears her hair straight, so that wasn't really like, you know, she was raised that way, so she knew like, okay, you straighten your hair, you don't wear your curly hair or anything like that. So I totally understand where she was coming from, and my brother not so much, but okay. I love him still, and he loves my hair now. But so it was a process at first to really like love myself and love my hair, not because like I didn't like the texture of it or anything, I just didn't like it short, and it was really hard for me. And I remember feeling like, oh, like I don't feel like pretty. My hair was like my beauty, and I don't feel like that anymore. But the more like I grew to know my hair, the more I loved it, the more I was happy that I went natural, because like I didn't deal with nearly as much shedding as I was when I was transitioning. It was really bad. But I loved my natural hair. I was happy, and like the more, and I saw it growing, because the more I like understood it, the more it would grow. And so I was like, this is actually great, you know. The more, like I said, the more I understood, the more I was happy with my choice and my decision. It was just a learning experience. And I am very glad still to this day that I cut my hair and went natural, because like my hair has helped so much more healthier because of it. And if I hadn't decided that first time, you know, that I'm gonna stop this, I'm not gonna treat my hair like this anymore, but I'm gonna embrace my natural hair, I'm gonna embrace my curls and see if I can grow them, you know, that's when I knew my healthy hair journey was probably gonna succeed, because I was deciding to do this, you know, because I had a curiosity for my hair, and I knew I was gonna do the best that I could to take care of it, and I did. I was researching all the time. I was watching natural hair videos all the time just to figure out, you know, okay, what can I do to make my hair like grow? What can I do to help it thrive? And I was doing everything I could. I was oil rinsing, I was, you name it, I was deep conditioning, I was just doing it all. Once I learned that towels were not very good for your hair, I was wrapping old shirts around my head. I was doing everything. Coconut oil was my best friend, water in a spray bottle was my best friend, and that's what I was doing. I got myself a cured deal and I used that faithfully for my hair, and it really worked for me for a while. I was trying so many different products, and that's probably when I became a product junkie and started buying all the dang products in the store. But I tried all these different products for my hair, and I found the things that worked for me, and then I really started to see great results from my hair and growing it. And it was just kind of like a trial and error process. Like, I honestly call it like the first 2 years of me being natural was just trial and error, trial and error. And I've been natural for about 5 years now. So it's been honestly just an amazing experience to kind of learn my hair and just to learn what it's like, what it needs, you know, and to nourish it and to see it flourish. That's actually a great thing, is to just see it flourish. So with all that being said, I'm gonna conclude the part 1 of this video. If you like to see part 2, stay tuned next Sunday. I really thank you all for watching my videos and for subscribing. I appreciate everyone, and I just hope you continue to come back to my channel and you are blessed by anything that you hear here. Thank you so much for watching.
Got your love next to me, better than I used to be.